guys,
Uti.45
here. Welcome to our podcast, our Uti.45 podcast. Let's introduce ourselves. I'm Katie.
I'm Sam.
My name's Mike Crap.
I'm Brennan.
And yeah,
this is our podcast.
Yeah, we've been wanting to do this for
so
a
long.
long time.
6 years, about, right? Like 7 years.
Oh,
Six
what?
I don't even want to get into it because the fact that I'm doing it now kind of makes me want to like celebrate, but I'll have to celebrate afterwards.
I'm just like, I'm imagining us in diapers talking about this. I don't know. Do I sound crazy?
Oh, our play dates.
Play dates back in the days. If you guys aren't aware, we are childhood friends from when we were in diapers.
All our moms worked in the same office.
Yeah. They all worked in the movie theater and a book club. And they were actually in like kind of the state government. So
Yeah.
they've been through a lot together.
Kate, your mom was the governor of New Jersey, that's right?
I'm not really sure, to be honest. I don't really pay attention to like politics stuff, so.
Okay.
Well, I mean, if like my mom was like president, like your mom was, like I would pay attention. I mean, like it's really simple, I think.
I don't know. I just don't remember. Again, like it's been a bit. So basically, I guess going back into our lives, we are
and that's
seniors.
Just a funny prank, everyone. We met in school. We did not meet. We were babies. It's just a prank.
Yes, and so like, so like now coming into senior year with coronavirus stuff,
we got fucked.
yeah,
That's crazy.
Are we saying F words? S
I don't know.
words? C words?
Yeah,
I don't
let's
really
just
know.
fucking curse, dude.
yeah.
Like my cup. Sorry, guys.
That's so cute, Brennan.
Well, at the start of my senior year was when I met everybody in the Zoom call. So for that to be cut short really means nothing to me. So, I mean, it's been a really crazy experience ever since.
I would say, like, you just got here and you've kind of warmed up pretty well, so.
Yeah, you really
I
do
mean,
think
it's
the group?
just school. Like, come
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
Who cares?
I mean, we're going back next year. It's just a different school and all the different people. You know, we're basically juniors.
I'm going to be judged my whole life on what kind of school I went to. Why should I even care? That's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
Facts.
No cap, period. Have you guys
I could
seen
just
that?
say
actually?
that I graduated class of 2019 instead, and nobody
That's
would ever
true.
know.
You know, I was out yesterday and there's a restaurant in Blair, in whatever town I live in. I'm just gonna say the town I live in because beep. Bleep that shit out.
Censored for nudity,
Brennan.
Brennan. Disgusting.
Brennan,
What were you
don't forget
saying?
to bleep that shit out. Okay, so the town that I live in, guys.
Which we don't know.
So,
Nowhere.
yeah, nobody fucking knows. Nobody will ever know. There's a restaurant there, and there's a big sign outside, and it says, "Congratulations, 2020." And I was like,
Aw.
"Shut the fuck up."
I see that everywhere.
Wait,
Like
whoever's
yard signs.
editing this,
Oh,
can you just
Siri keeps going off.
you just
Everybody-
bleep out his answer, Brennan? What restaurant?
Oh,
You can just be censored in post production, don't you know?
BTI. 3 Bs.
BTS the band.
BTS.
BTS.
It was actually, oh my god, crazy. I know this whole pandemic thing's going on, but I did in fact go to a BTS concert last night.
Oh, did you?
Craziest experience.
Last night. Dude, that's so epic. How was it?
It was kind of it was life-changing, I'd say.
Can you like talk about it?
Well, who's your favorite boy?
The lead one probably.
What's your favorite
the one
song?
who plays the one with the where they
Well, it's
like
Halsey, right?
yeah, that one.
Good. Good one.
I
I like the song too. That's actually my favorite song in the world, by the way. I just thought I'd inform everyone. I genuinely love that song. Like, I love beats.
How does it even go? I could swear maybe that song is played at work once.
The
I don't
BTS
even-
song?
Yeah, with the Halsey. With the Halsey.
Behind the scenes.
Oh, Halsey.
I didn't know that was real. That's scary.
Apparently. Yeah.
If you want to find yourself entertained, go on YouTube, youtube.com and search up Halsey covers and see all the different silly songs she's covered. She's covered Fetty Wap.
Wow. I love Fetty Wap.
She's like 17, 30. She's like,
That's what she did.
Is that what she did?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Queen.
So that's kind of gross.
You didn't say 1738 one part. She skipped. Yeah.
She just
Kind of
ignored the best part of the
thing.
song. I love those memes with like the 1738 and it just fucking ends.
I actually need to get my computer charging. I can wait.
So,
I'm prepared.
anyways, with graduation, kind of just like, in all seriousness, of course, like, it's just like, I don't know. I just like, I can't accept it, you know? Like, I still feel like it's like, I know we're not going back, and it's like, if I'm gonna think like we're not going back, I might as well just like not do school anymore. If that makes sense?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's like, it just
Makes a lot
doesn't,
of sense.
it's weird. It doesn't fit. It's like, we're not having a graduation, so technically it's over. And I'm thinking about summer as the next big thing. And I'm thinking about, you know, it's like, who even knows if it's going to happen? But like, I'm thinking of it. And it's like it's summer. It's like it's all done. So why am I then going home and trying to do homework?
Right.
Yeah. I have like 3 stages of grief that I've cycled through during this time.
Yeah.
The first is you know, as soon as it starts and you kind of think like, no, I got to do something about this. I can't live like this. This isn't right. And then the second stage is kind of a numbness and you're just living life, but it doesn't really feel like anything. Third is acceptance. And with acceptance comes a lot of joy. And I'm kind of just like, I don't fucking care. And I literally just vibe every single night. But I cycle through that. So I've gone through all of those 3 stages and I've come back around to 1. I think now I'm in 2. And eventually I'm going to come back around to 3, which is interesting. I think the majority of my March was spent grieving it a lot in like the first stage.
Yeah.
And then the first half of April went from numbness into acceptance.
You know, that's actually crazy though, because like my mom, like literally when I was downstairs with my mom like not too long ago, like we were talking about it, and she said like she was talking about just like the state, you know, just grief in general and stuff. She was even saying, she mentioned that which I found interesting, because usually, I don't know, sometimes she'll like spread facts, and it's like I feel like it's just kind of sometimes just knowing your own emotions. It's like, oh, it's like a fun fact about like, you know, psychology, but it's like, oh, I could kind of like imagine like how that's a thing, like not really that surprised kind of thing, you know. But then this one fact she said that when someone is exhausted, it means they're lonely. It's a sign of loneliness. And she said because she's reading a book right now, and she applied it so much to the virus, because everyone is just so lethargic and exhausted at this point, and it's because of loneliness. Because when you're exhausted, what are you going to do? You're going to go to bed by yourself, you know, and you're just going to go to sleep, and it's just quiet for you, you know. And then I was kind of talking to her about it, and then she was like kind of just talking about the stages of grief. She said that, you know, not everyone goes through all 5. Not everyone goes through them in the same order. You may repeat them. You may cycle through them on and on and on. So it's like exactly what you just said.
Yeah, it was kind of weird because around the beginning of May was kind of when I started to not accept it as much. And by accept it, I kind of mean I still accept it. Obviously, I'm not a dumbass. I completely understand what's going on. It's just that it's hard for me to be as happy as I was on other days where I was just like, this is my life and I live my life. But yeah, when that started to happen, I realized that I was going to go through it all over again. And it kind of made me upset because I just thought, like, how real is anything that I'm feeling right now if they're all just like different stages and one thing always leads to the other. And even if I'm fine right now, I'm not going to be fine in like 2 weeks when I actually start thinking about it.
That makes total sense. I think for me, it's very much like that, but it also just comes with the updates. Like, it's all dependent on the updates. Like, I don't know, there was a point when I was like, I don't know how many updates we've had by now, but, you know, it's like, I'm sad, you know, like when school's canceled, but it's like, okay, it's going to be fine. I've accepted it. We're going to be, I remember saying to my mom, like, we were in our first week, and I think we were all kind of going crazy. It was like our first week. And we were like, I think we all agreed, like, after week 2, we're going to go out, because then we're going to be in our quarantine's over. We can go out. But that wasn't the case. So then after that, then I was like, oh my God, like devastated. Then finding out about prom, you know, then I was like, fine. And then finding out about prom, I was not as devastated as I thought I'd be. You know, I'm proud of myself for that, but like I was still like upset, obviously. And but then I found acceptance through like, maybe we'll do our own prom kind of thing. And then hearing about just all the more updates. And then I was doing kind of okay. I was going through it, but you know, I was kind of going through is like, I'm going to work on myself. I'm working on improving myself. This is a good time to work on myself. As soon as it was final, that graduation is being virtual, I broke down, you know, and now I'm trying to regain from that. So it's just like, it's very dependent on the events and like everything happening, you know?
That's similar to me, but instead of like school related stuff, it was actual like statistics. Because we live in New Jersey, so I always check like daily, what's it like in New Jersey, what's it like in the US in general. And I think one of the reasons why it was so easy for me in April is that I would wake up every single day and check, and everything would be the same. All the numbers would be the same. They'd still be high. Everything still sucked completely. And I was just like numb to it in a sense. Obviously, it's a very awful situation with everything that's happening and all the extremely high numbers. But for my day-to-day, it doesn't really affect anything. It doesn't make me think, oh yeah, this is ending, or any type of hope. So it kind of helped me with just the idea that this is my life now.
I think
because you're enclosed in this area too.
Every morning, afternoon, whenever it goes on, I've been watching Governor Cuomo.
Who's not our governor.
who's not our governor, but I think is better than Murphy is with maybe talking about stuff that isn't the numbers or the dates when stuff's going to open, and it's more, it just feels more human. You know, like you're having a conversation with this guy. And that I think has kind of helped me, because I think it hasn't hit me yet. But just being able to hear personal stories and a very like casual approach to like, this is what's going on, you know. It's not even like hope. It's just normal acceptance of like, yeah, I'm not going out for a while, at least not like how I was, you know.
Yeah. It's interesting though, because I feel like there is some normalcy when you realize that everybody's going through the same exact thing.
Yeah.
And I think one of the reasons why I feel really flaccid about stuff like our prom and our graduation is because the only thing that I think about is I'm not going to be in this place forever. Mm-hmm. Even if I'm not going back to school in September, I'm not going to be in quarantine 10 years from now.
Right.
Or 5 years from now. So I kind of think of things in a very big picture way of just, this isn't my entire life. This is just right now. This is my shitty ending to high school.
Right.
But
I wish I thought like
that's
that.
not the only thing I can look forward to.
I gotta work on. Yeah. How are you, Brennan? How you doing?
I think when it first started, I was hoping that we'd go back to school. Like I was like, maybe we would. And then like, April hit, and I'm like, okay, we still have a couple more weeks. I was like, maybe something positive will happen in the beginning of May. And then they were like, nope, school's not gonna open.
Yeah.
And I was like,
now we're pushed back to June for sure for like any more progress. I live across the street from like an elementary school, and on their sign it says like closed up until March 27th. It's like March 13th and March 27th. And I see that all the time, and I just think like it's so weird that it all just started as like a 2-week closure announcement, which I also think is an interesting thing. I'd say about a week and a half into that, I just knew like, nah, we're not going back.
Right.
And the reason why I felt that way was because on TikTok, I would see a whole bunch of people talking about how their school already got closed for the entire year.
Right.
And I was like, okay, our school's not special. The same thing's going to happen. And that was the case, even though obviously it wasn't officially closed until like a week ago. But obviously we didn't go back.
Yeah. Oh my God. I don't know. I think I have such a failure to accept things because I just always think this isn't my life. This isn't the way it's supposed to go. That's literally in my mind. It's such a woe is me thing, but you can't blame me because everyone's promised this. Everyone's promised a graduation. Yeah. So why me? Why us? Like, why this generation? Why this class? Why, you know what I mean? I'm not saying it should happen to any other class. It shouldn't happen at all. But it's like in my own body, this lifetime this life I'm living, which is very, very important thing that everyone is given, my own mind and everything. You know what I mean? This whole life. And I don't get this that other people do. It's just insane to me. It's crazy. I'm just like, I'm so shocked by it still because I'm just like, why now? Why, why is this happening to me?
Yeah.
It's like,
I definitely felt that way towards the beginning of just thinking like, why is this happening? Kind of just like a, what are the odds type of situation. Yeah. But I think, I eventually came to terms with the fact that we're living in like a history book right now. It's a worldwide like pandemic. I was thinking like if I have kids, they can ask me about my experience during this time. It's literally like history shit that I'm living through right now.
That's what my mom keeps going off.
Grandkids.
Yeah, interesting way to think of it.
Dude, it's actually crazy because you're saying exactly what my mom was literally saying downstairs. She said to me in this conversation too, with the stages of grief and all that. She said, like, you have to, this is the thing. And she's telling me to think of it in the way you're thinking of it. So, like, props to you, honestly. Like, I think it's hard, obviously, for you, you know, but I think you are dealing with it like very fairly well, like in a very healthy way. So I'm like very happy for you for that. Like, you know, because my mom is like giving me the advice that basically you are you know, kind of going by. She was saying like, just think, it's horrible now, but give it 5 years. Like just give it minimum 5 years, and this is going to be a story that you are going to tell. And you are going to say, I went through that, and it's going to connect you so well with your class. You all are going to share this one specific thing that no one else is ever going to share. So it was like, oh, yeah, maybe.
That's true.
Unfortunately,
That's crazy.
It's not like it's a good thing, but like, I guess if there's any way you can look at it, you know.
Mm-hmm. There are kids that are like going to be born and they are never going to have to experience this like specific quarantine. Maybe another quarantine at some point, but not the coronavirus one. And so that is for us. This is us living through something which I never asked for. I think I was pretty happy with my uneventful post 9/11 life where, like, you know, it's kind of just how I was raised. But this is my worldwide trauma now that everybody has to experience a little bit of.
But you know what? What were you saying?
It's funny you mentioned that. I mean, and this is kind of grim, but when this was all kicking off, I was actually going to visit a college in New Hampshire. So I'm in this hotel room with my mom. We, you know, kick off our shoes, the whole hotel thing, except we're turning on the TV and hearing that Tom Hanks and his wife have this virus, and school, I think it was just when they told us something. Either we were supposed to stay home for 2 weeks or shorter days, I don't remember. But on our drive back, which was like, you know, the 6-hour drive out of nowhere, my mom's like, there are kids who remember 9/11. There are very few people who remember World War II. And she's like, I'm gonna hope this is the only thing you have to remember, but there will be kids taking quizzes about this. You know?
Yeah.
And you know the crazy
really
thing?
To think about.
After 9/11, everything changed. Airports, security, everything changed. People's behaviors changed because everyone's safety felt at risk. You know, you go out in public. The fear was like, it happened like that on a beautiful day. I mean, my mom was sitting there pregnant with me, and she's like, oh my God, what if something happens right now? Like, you don't know. Like, you know what I mean? My mom could be sitting there pregnant with a child and like something happened. It's crazy. And the thing is, you think about it, things are never going to be the same after this. And thinking about that literally makes me want to cry, because that's one thing my mom mentioned to me today. It's like a whole my mom thing, but you know, it's just
it is Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day, everyone. Yeah, she comes in, she actually just takes the mic.
She takes over
she
your
might
mic.
She might as well just say all this. I'm just repeating what she's been saying.
Yeah, I need a good conversation with your mother right now.
You guys are really gonna vibe together.
She's like, I'm actually creating this. She's like, your mom's like, I'm actually creating this podcast right now.
She's so good.
She's like my little FBI agent. Yeah. But she was, you know, she was saying...
your mom works for the FBI.
She was saying that things are going to change. Behaviors are going to change. She said psychologically people are going to be a little different. She said screen time is going to be probably a little different. People may not use their phones as much. She said people may become a little socially awkward. She said that big crowd events may not be normal anymore. We don't know in what way, but that literally made me think of the Tyler concert. Do you know, we were all smushed between people. It was crazy. It was sweaty. It was personal. People were sharing water bottles. Like, You know what I mean? We're all sharing
They've
water.
already
can you believe that?
confirmed no concerts are coming back until like 2021 at least.
Yeah.
And who even knows at that point how it's going to be.
But like, imagine them coming back. What are they going to be like? We're probably not going to have the pits.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's
like, what are the seating?
Everything is going to be different. It's extremely comparable to like, you know, post 9/11 and the fact that everybody is living in fear. I'd say I live in fear. I got like Chick-fil-A in the drive-thru, and I got a milkshake, and I had a little bit of the milkshake come out on the top, so I licked it, and then I immediately thought, like, why did I lick that? I don't know who touched that. That's like so unsanitary. That happened like 2 weeks ago. I think I'm fine, but I was like, I probably could have something probably could have happened to me. I haven't seen like any person outside of my family like really engaged with them in over 50 days. And just like the thought of seeing other people kind of makes me nervous in a sense. You know? I haven't even gone to like a grocery store or anything to help my family shop. And, you know, I just think it's going to change a lot about how everybody does hygiene, which is nice.
Yeah, honestly, I'm like
on a terrifying scale.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, honestly, one how many like dirty people I've met in my life. I'm hoping this changes something. Like, there are so many people that aren't clean. Not trying to be rude, but like
they literally made like tutorial videos and shit of how to wash your hands.
Wash your hands.
Like, all these bitches just started. So this is gonna be a fucking renaissance afterwards.
I was talking to Jake, just ranting about the Karens in the world.
Audience, who's Jake?
Yeah, who's Jake? Who's Jake?
Jake is what did we say?
Oh, he's your older brother.
He's my older brother.
And for all those who don't know, Chick-fil-A is the fast food chain restaurant.
And all of those who don't know, the coronavirus is a virus that's kind of spreading around the world.
And for all those who are unfamiliar, Tom Hanks is in.
And just in case you guys don't know, a podcast is when a bunch of people all just talk, or one person can talk into a microphone, kind of like a radio broadcast.
In case you guys don't know, a UTI is a
yeah. In case you guys haven't met her yet, Katie's mom, her name is Amanda. She's the one who she's the mom of Katie.
Yeah.
She birthed you, correct?
I'm pretty sure.
I wouldn't go that far.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I guess a controversial take on the first.
Like I always say, I don't see it, I don't believe it. Much like coronavirus.
Exactly.
Actually, totally goes. I know I was gonna make another point, but I actually want to ditch that point. Like, I'm off to a better point now.
Right.
I was thinking during this conversation, I was just like, oh my god. Because here's the thing. At work, you wear masks. I am totally used to the masks now. It doesn't bother me. I am used to it. It fogs up my glass every time I breathe. I am literally so. I look at people, and it doesn't even like. I don't even realize it anymore. It's so normalized. People, I'm actually very not interested, but I am interested to see how this looks in 2 weeks from now, because people are not taking it seriously anymore. And it is so crowded. The line in the Target, my Target, the line for checkout went all the way back to the produce. And it was absolutely insane. And this was yesterday, right before Mother's Day. It's like, you need to buy your mother something or your wife something, you make her, like, I don't know, like, don't buy her flowers, don't buy her chocolate, do not go out, don't buy her clothes, don't buy her
which I feel like that's also an issue on Target personally, because I know places like ShopRite only allow like 30 people to go in at a time.
No, Target allows it. No, they have a limit, but I do think their limit should be less than that, because they do have a limit,
for a line
but it's
that
way
long.
too many
I feel like that's too many people.
Yeah, and it just makes me so sad. And at this point, I drive, there's traffic. And it's a huge difference from when this started, when I went to work, because the roads were empty. Everything was quiet. Literally, the days I came in, when this all started, this is like around, we weren't even fully wearing masks yet. It wasn't a requirement yet. I went in literally quiet. You could hear a pin drop. Like, no one was shopping. Now it is crazy. It's absolutely insane. And it feels like a Black Friday event. That's honestly 100%. It feels like a Black Friday event when I'm at work every day. And it's scary for my health too, because I come home and it's like I put my family at risk too. So that's why I'm very sanitary, very careful. I use wipes as my hands for everything, In my car, I drive with a wet wipe holding, it's like there's only so much I can do, but like it just feels so normal, everything going on, that I was just thinking today, I was like, it's so easy not to accept this because it doesn't feel real.
Right. And
for me, I haven't walked through I was talking to a customer, I was doing cashiering once, and I was talking to a customer, she works at a hospital. She said the moment you walk through a hospital, you will understand how serious this is. And I totally, I know how serious it is, and I take it seriously, but it's hard for me to accept losing everything and the severity of this just because I don't see it. I don't understand it fully. You know what I mean? It's just like, it's hard to say. And then I was like, well, that's probably what the Karens are like. We don't trust the government, It's like, they're, how do I know it's real? How do I know this isn't a thing? It is, 100%. My aunt works at a hospital, and she was telling us about it, and is like, oh my God, but I think it's just hard to accept in general too, especially damn, if I wasn't at Target, if I was sitting at home too, it would, for me, everyone's different, but it'd be hard for me to accept it as well, which is I've been in here this entire time. I haven't seen the outside world. You don't know what it looks like.
That's how we're different, because I was about to say that's what kind of aids me in accepting it so much, because I'm literally following social distance 101, haven't gone out in X amount of time. How much more real could it get for me? I'm literally not allowed to go outside,
Yeah.
And I feel like through that, I see a lot about it on social media and stuff. My Siri keeps going off. I'm sorry. Oh, there it is. But I see about it on social media, of course. And through that, I see a lot of people who are still doing social distancing practices, which is very important. But, it's all I know at this point is that you shouldn't go outside if it's not necessary.
Exactly. And I think that's kind of a problem with some kids in our generation. I think our senior class is good with the distancing rules. I think maybe the kids below us, not so much. I definitely see them going out and hanging out and, seeing their significant others and stuff. And it's I think it's, not that I'm sympathize or empathizing with them or whatever, but I guess it is just, it's the not accepting it and being well, this doesn't feel real. I don't really notice that it's real or happening. This can't be a bad thing. This can't be that bad. I haven't seen it with my own eyes. I don't understand it. Therefore, what's the harm? And honestly, for me, it would, I understand how bad it is, but yeah, I could maybe very easily just go out and be fuck it, I'm gonna go see all of my friends because I want to. But it's you know what I mean?
I feel like it's a very big self-censored way to look at it, which is probably what a lot of these kids are going for. I don't know a lot about what our class does, but I have some kids from my sending district, and I see this girl hang out with a bunch of different people every single day. And there's this other girl who posts on her story, and she's who wants to hang out, all caps. And firstly, nobody. Like, nobody wants to hang out with you. But, you know, like, why is that happening?
Exactly.
And I think I honestly went through that phase myself, especially towards the beginning, of just thinking like, well, my personal relationships are still important. And I think, you know, I'm not the only one who thought that way, but you kind of go through a reality check when you realize everybody has to do this in order for something to be done.
Exactly.
Which makes complete sense. And I do think there are safe ways to see people, obviously not big groups, but it's just very important to think that you're not the only person that matters in this world. You're not the main character. And so you have to practice laws.
Yeah, exactly. Anyways.
Brennan, speaking of masks, you actually once said that nobody cared who you were before you put on the mask. Do you still believe?
Yo, how do you know I'm wearing a Batman
Just
shirt?
answer the question, please. Just answer the question, please.
Wait, repeat it. Just one more time.
You once said that nobody cared who you were before you put on the mask. Is this true?
Yeah, that's true.
All right, that's going to do it for today's episode of podcast.
Episode 1, Uti.45 Podcast. Make sure to, I don't know, what do you do with SoundCloud? I don't know how that works, Brennan. Brennan, like, give the deets.
Follow, like, repost.
All right.
Please like and repost.
Bell icon.
Share.
Like and prescribe to our YouTube. And follow us on Instagram, UTI.45.
YouTube is a streaming service you can watch. You publicly posted
if you don't know
videos.
SoundCloud is also a streaming service. You can listen to podcasts like this one and music and stuff like that. It's pretty cool.
In that case, Instagram also is a streaming service. It's actually I just went with that one. I was like, yeah, it's a streaming service. It's a social network where you can stream service, you can service, and you can stream and post. So, all right, good episode, everyone.
Yeah, it's very
We'll
good.
see you all with the next one, whenever that is. Yeah. Bye.
Bye.
Fuck.